What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the We Market Mass YouTube channel. My name is Eli Rubin. I'm the co-founder of the company. We help Massachusetts service businesses and business all across the U.S. Present themselves better online, on Google, on ads, etc. Today, we're talking about what makes a website actually make you money as opposed to costing you money. And the reason this topic came about is because I've taken a lot of sales calls recently with people who are like, you know what, like, my website is there and it's just kind of my resume and that's that. And the reality is, when you think about your website as a resume, you're really leaving money on the table. And the reason for that is people on Google are searching for services that you offer every single day. And if your website is just out there to be a resume, as opposed to capture those people and get their attention and ultimately, get them to maybe, call or fill out a form on your website, then you're just leaving money on the table. It's as simple as that. Referrals can get you a long way. Word of mouth can get you a long way. But if you want those supplemental jobs that lead to referrals and word of mouth, you need to make sure that your online presence is basically optimized and maximized. With that said, let's jump into websites, and I'm just going to pull up random ones around Massachusetts. We're going to search for random stuff and see if they do it or not. So the first real thing for a website that's really important to me is clear intent alignment. What problem do they solve? Now, this is important because I've seen a number of people, for example, landscaping companies that offer masonry services, but their entire website is just lawn care related. So you can go to services and see that they do masonry, but like the homepage is a dude cutting the grass. The reality is, if I'm looking for retaining walls, which are probably going to make you a lot more money than cutting a lawn for a year, and I go to a website and it just has someone cutting the grass, I'm probably going to the next one. So let's do this. Let's search. What town do we want to go with? Why don't we go Concord MA Landscaping Company? I spelled it wrong, I know. And we're going to go to Handy Hub Landscaping, Concord, Massachusetts. We're going to go to their website, thehandyhub.org. Real quick, this looks like a template. I've seen this template before. But real quick, looking at the detailed SEO plugin. Title is good, description is a little too long, and we have no H1, H2, H3, H4, or H5. So this is going to make it really hard to show up on Google. But anyway, regardless, landscaping or hardscaping and landscaping. So this is fantastic. This is exactly what I was talking about. They have hardscaping and landscaping. Even though I search for landscaping, the reality is for these companies, hardscaping is where they make their money. To do a patio or to do a retaining wall or to do a front step or something like that, repair that stuff, repair a chimney, makes them a lot more money than just cutting lawns. So let's go to services and peek at what they do. Ooh, this is a one-page website. Okay, I don't love that. I don't know how you can do a one-page website and have it not be optimized with no headings. But we got hardscaping. We got residential landscape and snow removal. We got pools. Openings available spring 2026. That's cool. Snow removal. Commercial snow removal. Interesting. Commercial landscape and design. So we do have their services, and they've actually done a really good job of making sure I mean, when it's called hardscaping and landscaping, it kind of goes without saying that they probably cut grass and do all that stuff. But here with the hardscaping stuff, again, this is really where they make their money. Book site visit. First and last name, phone number, email. Who built this website? $3 million plus in insurance for your peace of mind. So this is just a template. All right, we got to work on that. That's not very good. But long story short, they do have intent alignment here, and they are showing that they do hardscaping along with landscaping. Again, clear intent alignment. What problem is being solved? Do you need a retaining wall? I do hardscaping. Problem solved, right? So let's do a different industry. We'll go into here. 1 or 2 primary actions per page. This is really important because without this, nobody can transact with your website. And I always talk to business owners, and this is really important. I'm going to put myself front and center for this. Sit up in my chair and deliver this one. You, as a business owner, are always going to sell better than your website can for you. That is just a fact. When you're talking to someone, you're able to address their concerns and answer their questions much better than a website can. And for that reason, and this one does a good job of it, we want to make sure there's a phone number front and center. And again, this book site visit takes you right to a form. I'd love to see both of those on every single page of your website. And again, the reason for this primary action per page is because That's how people get in touch with you instead of just researching online. If they're stuck in the research phase, chances are they call 6, 7, 8, 9 different people. But if you can get them to call you right off the bat, and you can answer the phone or have your AI answer the phone on on your behalf, that person is much more likely to go with your business. And that's why it's so important to start ranking well on Google. But let's do Springfield, Massachusetts. I'm stuck on this landscaping thing. Body shop. All right, we got Mass Collision Auto Body. They don't have a website. How about Rick's Auto Body? Rick has give a call 543 Dent. All right, Rick, the problem is in Massachusetts, we got a lot of area codes now. Also, your website says video player. But regardless of that, 573 Dent, or we got 4134. Okay, so we do have the phone number at the bottom, but this is hard. And you notice here there's no lead form. If we go to the contact page, oh wow, there's not even a lead form on the contact page. So this is not doing a good job of having 1 to 2 primary actions per page, because we do have the call here. Doesn't look like it's clickable. What about on mobile? Ooh. Give us a call. Give a call. 54. But you can't click it. So I'm not sold that this one does that job. But you want to make sure your phone number is front and center, and also you have a lead form. Again, because you can sell better than your website can. Phone number above the fold. This is really important. Let's see if Rick's website does this. So it does. So this phone number stays regardless of whether or not we scroll or not. That's sticky menu bar. But really what we want is a phone number before we scroll down on the website. So let's do, I don't know, Belchertown, Massachusetts painter. Let's see. Wow. All right. Masterpiece Finishes. 1 Google review. It's a Facebook page. All right. That Belchertown is too small. Let's do. I wish I could spell. That would be cool. Worcester, Massachusetts painter. Town Painting Services. Do you have a phone number? Oh, you do. Nice. Okay. So this is really important. Making sure your phone number is front and center is how people are going to get in touch with your business and actually call you. We're going to stay with this guy. Location plus service clarity. We want to make sure we understand where this guy goes. Now, you heard me throw an absolute rant in the last video about the term Massachusetts, because the reality is this guy is around Worcester, I think. But when you do painting contractor of Massachusetts and its surroundings, it doesn't really tell anybody where you service, and they're going to have to call you to figure out where you service. Now, at the bottom here, we got 7 Electric Street in Worcester, Massachusetts. So obviously they service Worcester, but when you go after Massachusetts, Massachusetts is a 3-hour travel from end to end, roughly. A painter is not going to travel to paint a room at the other end of Massachusetts. It's just not how it is. So really what this should be is, if you wanted to go broad, you could say Worcester County, but painting contractor in Worcester is going to have much more clarity and drive many more conversions for your website because people understand exactly where you are. It's pretty straightforward, but you know, the phone number here, cool. They might know 508 is a certain area of Massachusetts. The reality is with all cell phones, it doesn't really matter where in the state you are. They're kind of all different all around. But more importantly, we got to get rid of Massachusetts on the homepage of websites and start putting the towns that we're actually offering services in. And you would not believe how much better, 1, that ranks on Google, but 2, how much better your leads are going to be as a result of that. Pages built for how people search. All right, so here's how someone searches. Painting. We just did painting. How about detailing shop near me? Right? Okay, so we're looking for. Actually, this is perfect because they're literally called Stoneham Auto Detail. I'm in Stoneham. Boston's Auto Spa. Actually, let's go to. We'll do an actual landing page here. TMC Detailing, auto detailing, ceramic coating in Stoneham, Massachusetts. This is perfect. This is what people search for. So again, I'm searching detailing shop near me. I'm in Stoneham, Massachusetts. This says Stoneham, Massachusetts. That is so, so, so important because when people search near me, they want to make sure you're actually near them. If someone searched near me and came to this website that says painting contractor in Massachusetts, I mean, I guess they might call you because they searched near me and they think that you're in, like Worcester. But here, we know for sure these people are in Stoneham. Their page is structured as a result, and that means that I can feel confident in calling them and saying, hey, can you come clean my car? And they're not on the wrong side of Massachusetts. Now, the last one here that I have listed here is speed and mobile usability. You want to be constantly checking your website on mobile because a majority of people are searching for your business on mobile. If you're not checking the speed and how your website looks on mobile, you could potentially be missing out on stuff. Because, for example, maybe, and I don't think it's going to be the case with this, but maybe this, all right, we got a call button here, but the phone number goes away. What about here? No, we still got the phone number front and center. Nice. We just want to make sure, and not just doing this version. This version is kind of cheating. You want to make sure you're actually pulling the stuff up on mobile and making sure your website still gets its point across. You still have stuff featured above the fold, like Stoneham, Massachusetts, that kind of deal, and that your phone number doesn't go away so people can contact you there. The final one here is trust signals, reviews, real photos, and proof. That's pretty straightforward. If you're using AI-generated images, which sometimes are a necessary evil, people don't trust you quite as much. This right here, customer reviews, 2 months ago, 5 months ago, 4 months ago, 2 months ago. This does a fantastic job for building trust. If someone is in that research phase and they aren't researching here, or maybe they just clicked on you instead of going like this and looking at the reviews that you have written on your profile, it's an amazing thing to have your reviews incorporated into your website itself. And again, this is something else that makes sure the leads that are coming through are much higher quality. It's just a fact that the more people review you and the more reviews you have, the more potential customers are going to trust you over the competition. Right here, 34 reviews. Where'd they go? Close this. 34 reviews, 40 reviews, and 43. These are all kind of the same. If one of these had 250 reviews, as a consumer, I'm probably clicking on the 250 review guy because he has that many more reviews. So I hope this is helpful. This is, again, this video in a nutshell. It's super straightforward, super kind of easy stuff to implement on your website, but you would not believe the amount of progress and the quality of leads that will come as a result of this, as well as how your website starts to rank better in your local market. If you have any questions on how to do any of this stuff, or you want us to do it on your behalf, shoot us an email or book a time with us. It's wemarketmass.com. Appreciate the time, and we'll talk to you guys in the next video.